What's up YouTube, it's Zapdos TCG here and welcome to another TCG video on my channel. As you know, on my channel you always get the latest information about new cards and new releases, so be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out. Okay, today I'm gonna talk about 3 GXs and yeah, in particular these are Ultra Beasts. So the Ultra Beasts showed their face in the TCG finally, because this will, was much expected when Crimson Invasion was announced, so we know that these GXs are coming. I'm gonna talk about 3 because 2 of them got revealed at Worlds this weekend and 1 of them got revealed through some Japanese leaks. So we have 3 GXs to talk about. The Ultra Beasts are great in the VGC, but now let's talk about the trading card game where the Ultra Beasts will also be used. Okay, the first one, we're gonna start with the weakest one first, is Boswell GX. So as we see, these GXs are Ultra Beasts. You can see that in the right top corner where it says Ultra Beast. So hopefully Pokemon has some mechanics planned for the Ultra Beast, just like they had for SP Pokemon or Plasma Pokemon. So these Ultra Beasts, maybe you can have a little mechanic here where the ruling states like you can only have 2 Ultra Beasts in your deck or something. We'll have to figure that one out, but it does not state on the card. So what is different? The Ultra Beast may have something in store, like maybe an item card, attach a basic energy to one of your Ultra Beasts, something like that. So let's hope for that in the Crimson Invasion set. So now let's talk about these powerful GXs. As you know, it is a basic Pokemon Buzzwole and it is a fighting type. Being a fighting type is great. We destroy Zoroarks, Drampas, you name it. Even Darkrai is getting popular nowadays. Well, we destroy them. The bad thing is we are weak to Garbodor. Garbodor is a huge deck, still is, and yeah, Trash Alliance will eat Buzzwole up alive, so that is not good. The retreat cost of 2 is something we can live with this beast mode activated. Here we have this Buzzwole. It looks buff, and yeah, we can actually expect a 2 retreat cost. I actually thought it was 3, but it is only 2, so that's great. So, the good thing about Buzzwole is that it only needs 1 energy to get going. Jet Punch deals 30 damage and then 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, similar to Landorus EX back in the day of Boundaries cost. This Jet Punch can deal 30 damage if you have a strong energy attached to it. You deal 50 damage to the active and 30 to one of the bench. If you have Choice Band, then you definitely get it going and you deal 80 damage to the active, 30 to the bench. So maybe you can have a little fun duck with Buzzwole GX and start using things like Kukui, Choice Band, Strong Energy to up the damage of this Buzzwole, and then using Max Potion to heal him off, because 190 HP is definitely, definitely awesome. They will not go down easy without a fight unless you're up against Psychic type Pokemon like Espeon GX or Garbodor. Okay. Next is the second attack, Knuckle Impact, dealing 160 damage, and this Pokemon cannot attack during your next turn. But as we all know, there are a lot of solutions that we can prevent this. We can use Guzma to switch around so the effect gets negated. We can use Pokemon Ranger. We can use Switch. We can all use these kind of mechanics to actually get Knuckle Impact going turn after turn, just like we did with the Lapras deck, with the Metagross deck. So 160 damage is a nice amount, because with Choice Band we hit that magical number of 190, and with the effect of having strong energies attached, we can even one-shot stage 1 GXs. So not a bad card indeed. But now let's talk about the GX moves. The GX moves on Ultra Beast are all related to having prize cards. So it all is a function with your prize card. So in this particular case, Absorption GX deals 40 damage times the number of your prize cards remaining. So let's say you have 6 prize cards remaining. Well, we deal 40 damage for each prize card, so that in total gets it up to 240, I believe. So that is a lot of damage. That way we can one-shot something in the early stages of the game, because yeah, dealing that amount of damage early turn, maybe with Max Elixirs, can definitely pack a punch here. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is Buzzwole GX, the first GX. I'm so hyped for the Crimson Invasion set because of these nice looking Ultra Beasts. Next up we have Guzzlord GX. This one is a ginormous monster with 210 HP. Can you believe that, guys? The power creep. Remember the days where stage 1 GXs of 210 HP like Golisopod are incredibly good? Well, this basic Pokemon has 210 HP, so yeah, even Wailord EX in the days had 250 for a basic, but yeah, this is also getting close here, 210 HP. Wow, how crazy is that? Will not go down without a fight unless you're up against fighting type Pokemon. So it's weak to fighting, it's a darkness type, and it has a huge retreat cost of 4, so we will definitely not get this out of the active position as you please. The resistance of Psychic is awesome because, yeah, let's face it, if you're facing Garbodor, you always have that nice resistance of -20. Now let's look at the attacks. Again, the GX move is related to the prize cards. Let's talk about that last. First off is Eat Sloppily. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. If any of those cards are energy cards, you can attach them to this Pokemon. So it does not state basic energy, so if you have the DCE in there or a Rainbow, this also counts. So let's say you use Eat Sloppily and have a couple of energies in there, let's say 3 Darkness and a DCE, well, you definitely get it going, and we can use that second attack, the Tyrannical Hole, which deals 180 damage for 3 Darkness and a DCE. So that amount of damage is great because you can one-shot almost every basic GX in the format, or basic Pokemon for that matter, which is awesome. You also one-shot things like Kingdra and Greninja Break, so that amount of damage is definitely, yeah, you cannot underestimate that amount of damage. With Choice Band you can add it up to 210 for bigger threats, and with Kukui and stuff you definitely get it going. The bad thing about this card is, let's face it, the huge amount of energies it needs to get going. It's Gluten GX, gluten-free, has the 100 damage, which is not a lot for 5 energy, so getting that amount of energies on it will definitely need that first attack. But then again, if you discard cards from the top of your deck and they are not something you want, then it's not good. But then again, we can pair it with Darkrai GX and put Darkrai with some energies in the discard while using that ability Restoration of Darkrai GX, putting it back on the bench, and then using something like an energy switch to get yourself a sweet little deck. And Gluten GX deals 100 damage but has a really great catch. That GX move, if your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, you may take 2 more prize cards. So kind of similar like the Delta Ancient trait like Articuno, but then 2 more prize cards. So let's say we have this awesome Guzzlord GX, and one of your opponent's GXs only has 100 HP or less remaining. We use Gluten GX on that Pokemon, and boom, out of nowhere, we take 4 prize cards. So Guzzlord GX definitely has a lot of potential. I know the energy cost is crazy, but with things like Max Elixir and the Darkrai GX that can attack, and maybe having a Witch Baton on that Darkrai GX, we definitely can get this strategy going where we need 5 Darkness energies. Well, it is a huge amount of energy cost to attach it, but you get 2 extra prize cards, so definitely keep it in mind. So Guzzlord GX, I'm a huge fan of this one. Next up is the last one of the video, so hopefully you guys are stoked for these new GXs of Crimson Invasion coming on the beginning of November. So I also will get a booster box of the set, so be sure you are subscribed if you like booster openings. Okay, let's talk about Nihilego, or whatever you want to call this guy, GX. 180 HP, fairly standard for a basic GX. Also an Ultra Beast, you can see that in the top corner, even though it's Japanese. We have the translations, don't worry guys. Let's talk about, the weakness to Psychic. We already know weakness to Psychic is not good. Garbodor, Espeon GX, you name it. But the good thing that this guy has is the ability. There is a Nihilistic Light, which actually states when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto the bench, both active Pokemon are now poisoned and confused. Why is this good, ladies and gentlemen? Well, if you just use that attack, we can get things going and then start to retreat with something and use Darkrai GX's Dead End GX, and boom, out of nowhere we have a one-shot on anything that might be in our way, like let's say that Buzzwole GX or that other one, Guzzlord GX. Huge amount of HP, we know, we can just one-shot it without any trouble with Dead End GX. The combo of Nihilego GX with that ability and Darkrai GX is something I definitely see potential of. Also, that ability can be huge for things that, maybe with some Survivors on the bench as well. We just poison the Pokemon, bang, they get a lot of damage counters. So definitely a great ability and will be used, and maybe every deck. Definitely Garbodor decks will test this out since we are running Psychic anyhow. So what else is there to talk about? This card has a 2 retreat cost, whatever. Not that we care about it too much. We have that Altar of the Moon that we can abuse to have free retreat, so that does not even matter. Also, the first attack, Lock Up GX, deals 120 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon cannot retreat during their next turn. Unless they play Guzma, unless they play Olympia, unless they play Switch, unless they have the ability of stand-in of Zoroark. You get the point, ladies and gentlemen. There is a lot of ways to get out of the active position nowadays. This is not the best attack ever for 3 Psychic energies, but when you use it at the right time, let's say you use an N and boom, you use that attack, they are stuck, they cannot get out of the active position. Maybe then it can work, if they don't have Zoroark on the bench. Next up is Parasite Gx, and this is just barbaric and crazy, and whatever people want to call a GX move that is overpowered like this, this is amazing. Add the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck to their prize cards. Wow! Holy moly, let's say, well, you want to sacrifice your Nihilego GX, well, no problem, you get 2 extra prize cards, bang! Just out of nowhere, maybe your opponent will have 8 prize cards. to win the game. If you use this early game, max the legs and stuff, boom, they already have 2 extra prizes, and you're already getting a huge lead in the game while giving your opponent extra prize cards. That way, maybe you can use this, you get your opponent extra prize cards, and then you use 1 prize attackers. Those are gonna be huge. That way, your opponent has to knock out. Let's say after we use the GX move, we use something like Super Scoop Up or Acerola, we put it back in the hand and then use all regular Pokemon. No GXs in any sort of amount. That way your opponent needs 8 knockouts. That is huge. So maybe Guzzlord or Nihilego GX, I definitely see a lot of potential. So a huge amount of decks will come, and I will actually feature them all and my crazy ideas when the set finally comes out. So definitely expect a lot of deck reviews and deck analysis. Anyway, this was a nice little video. I want to talk about the new Ultra Beast. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the Ultra Beast. Are they gonna be in your deck? Let me know. How are you gonna play it? Do you have other situational and combinations that you have in your mind? Let them know. Share them with your folks in the comment section. And that is all, guys. I thank you again for watching another TCG video on my channel. As you know, I always make weekly videos on Wednesday and then whenever I feel like it. So most of the time there are like 4 videos per week, so you cannot complain here, and it's all about the trading card game on the channel. So for the people that are new, definitely check it out. Anyways, I will see you guys soon with another video. Have a fresh day, guys. I'm out. Peace.